Tonight, the multi-million-dollar plan to boost Borough's historic town hall and library, but there's a catch. And cementing the future, Port Augusta and Wyalla's role in turning industrial waste into something much more useful.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Rowan Ramsey has announced that Borough will receive $3.8 million to upgrade the town's tourism centre if he's re-elected in the upcoming federal election. He says the money will help preserve the town's rich heritage while also opening it up to visitors.
A pledge to breathe life back into a historic building. Rowan Ramsey has announced that under a re-elected coalition, Borough will receive a new cultural centre.
We are putting, as a federal government, we're putting forward an electoral commitment of $3.8 million to build a cultural centre here. Now, it's going to cost a bit more than that, but that's up to the council.
The project will develop a multi-purpose centre consisting of the town hall and the adjacent art gallery. It will also see the Visitor Information Centre relocated into the one facility.
But it will bring these two buildings together with a new building and bring the tourist facility, the tourist centre into the new building and extend the art gallery.
The plan also includes the creation of more spaces, including a modern kitchen which can be hired and adapted to host corporate functions, to increase tourism and stimulate the local economy.
Made a dream possible. There was 2 great organisations, art gallery, the hall. The hall's probably underutilised, the art gallery hasn't got enough room, and suddenly we can join them up and make something that's really going to attract tourists.
The member for Grey says Borough's rich mining history has seen the town grow into a major tourism destination.
We're a tourist town, we're doing well, but you have to keep changing.
Mr Ramsey says the Regional Council of Goyder will spearhead the project with great precision and foresight and believes it will bring increased tourism to the region.
Project which will take at least 3 years to complete, and I have to say it's just an amazing outcome for this community.
Mr Ramsey, clearly passionate about preserving the iconic part of South Australia's history. The federal election will be held on Saturday, May 21. Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Farmers across the region have started preparing for this year's crops, with sowing already underway. Grain growers are anticipating above average conditions and are looking to complete their seeding programs before the rain sets in.
Seeding is well and truly underway across the region. Farmers on the Eyre Peninsula are hopeful for a successful season as they start sowing their crops.
The minute it's dry, we're dry sowing. We've had not much rain up here where we are. Sort of 10 mil last week, which will probably germinate a lot of the crop that we've sown already. But as I said, we're only a small scale. But yeah, everyone else seems there's plenty of tractors on the go.
A recent survey conducted by Grain Producers SA indicates that only 28% of growers are waiting for rains before they sow.
Results from the survey were that almost 50% of the growers surveyed are currently dry sowing, so they're underway. There's around 30% waiting for rain.
Some farmers are sowing into moist soil, setting them up for one of the best starts to the season in years. Others are still ploughing ahead despite the lack of rain.
There's farmers that don't like sowing dry, and there's other farmers just get stuck into it because of their program, and that's how they do it. And I like actually getting the crop in earlier. We done the same thing last year.
According to the survey, 58% of farmers are anticipating for an average season, while 32% are hoping for a bumper season.
There'll be some areas that are really feeling confident about the season ahead, and there's others that are desperately waiting for some rain.
Farmer David Baskin believes that timing is everything.
I totally believe it's timing. It's purely timing. There's nothing about a lot of technology, yeah, but it's also timing. Getting your crop in early, weed kills, spreading urea at the right time. It's all about timing.
Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
7 South Australian manufacturers are set to receive a share of $48 million in funding from the federal government. Hallett Concrete is one of those businesses, with up to $20 million on the way to help finance a $109 million project. The money will go towards building an integrated green cement business consisting of a slag granulating plant at Whyalla Steelworks, The project will also feature a grinding, processing and distribution hub in Port Augusta and a product receival, blending and distribution hub in Port Adelaide. The project will take industrial waste and turn it into low-carbon cement products to be used by the Australian construction industry. Still to come tonight, the new exhibition telling the stories of some remarkable locals and their connections with the maritime scene in Port Lincoln. And Broken Hill springs to life with a fun and free community day held by the West Darling Preservation Society, featuring everyone's favourite, the picnic train. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Golf News. The remarkable exhibition has sailed into Port Lincoln, docking at the Axel Stenros Maritime Museum. The display showcases unique stories of Australians and their boats, with one Port Lincoln local at the helm of the exhibition.
A remarkable exhibition is washed up on the shores of Port Lincoln. Visitors can now head down to the Axel Stenros Museum to explore the stories of the people who crossed the seas.
The exhibition consists of 6 banners which were shipped to us from Sydney. We have those banners for a month. They tell stories of remarkable Australians.
A total of 34 stories were nominated, but only the top 12 were selected. Among them is the tale of Port Lincoln local Braden Stockham, who features in the exhibition for his curiosity for wooden fishing boats.
When I was in Year 8, I was mentored by Ross Haldane from the Australian Preservation Society. With that, he showed me how to restore a boat, and that was my project, to restore a little dinghy, and I restored this dinghy to an operational state.
The display officially opened by the newly appointed member for Flinders.
Great to be able to have one of the stories from us here on Eyre Peninsula, and what Braden shared and what spoke was really important for us to be able to recognise, and also the history which we have here on the Eyre Peninsula.
The story of Kay Coddy also making the list for becoming the first woman to single-handedly circumnavigate the globe on a 37-foot yacht. Braden is encouraging people to come down and read these stories.
It is, especially for the Axel Stenros Maritime Museum. It's a really hidden gem, and it brings it out and hopefully gets people down here to check out this amazing place.
The exhibition will run here in Port Lincoln for a month. Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
South Australia's Metropolitan Fire Services Road Awareness Program is visiting Port Pirie High Schools this week. The program features MFS firefighter Josh Byerley and road crash survivor Eli Mern, travelling from school to talk with students. The road awareness session focuses on the role all of us play when getting behind the wheel and aims to encourage young people to speak up against selfish behaviour that may result in road fatalities. The pair did talks at Mid-North Christian College and John Pirie Secondary School today, and will be at St Mark's College tomorrow morning. The West Darling Machine Preservation Society held a community open day on Saturday at its new home, Queen Elizabeth Park. The organisation was happy with the turnout, with families enjoying train rides, face painting and goodie bags from the local police and fire brigade.
The train rides again.
All aboard!
Saturday's Community Day was a huge success, with families enjoying the many activities put on by the West Darling Machinery Preservation Society, as well as the local emergency services.
It was perfect. The weather was perfect. When we first arrived, there were people on picnic blankets, families enjoying themselves. Some of the families actually stayed for most of the day, which was lovely to see.
The day was made possible by the City Council through the Community Assistance Grant. Organisers were keen to give back to locals to say thank you for their patience during the 2-year hiatus.
Oh, extremely important to us. We were a bit worried about whether we'd get the crowds back again, being 2 years off the tracks. We thought perhaps they may have had developed other habits and gone elsewhere.
There was no need to worry, as everybody enjoyed themselves. One of the most popular was the face painting.
I didn't get a chance to move. All the kids lining up enjoying the face painting. It's the first time I've done it too, which was actually really good, a really good learning experience, and the kids enjoyed it. So, yeah, it was fun.
As for what kids wanted the most...
definitely unicorns. All the girls wanted unicorns. All the boys really wanted spiders and spider webs. I I can't even count how many of those I've done.
The train runs on the third Sunday of every month at Queen Elizabeth Park. It can also be hired for special occasions such as birthdays. For more, check the Society's Facebook page. Joshua Mercer, 7, Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. AFL legend Brendan Favola draws a crowd in Broken Hill, along with AFLW star midfielder Jess Hosking, and how Whyalla locals can help shape the future of the city's walking paths and trails. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Golf News this Monday night. Brendan Favola and Jess Hosking made cameo appearances for Central Broken Hill at the weekend as they took on South in round 3 of the season. A good crowd was on hand to cheer and jeer the pair as they tried to guide West to victory.
Both players drew the crowd to Memorial Oval on Saturday on what was a great day for football.
Excited about today. Great day. It's a beautiful day, which is good. Good for forwards. It's not windy, it's not cold. So hopefully I can kick a few.
The pair were happy to be in the Silver City to promote the game and to pass on their knowledge to the stars of the future, as well as having a bit of fun. And while players like Heath Shaw, Anthony Koutafidis and Jason Ackermanis have played here before, Hosking is the first AFLW player.
I'd say just getting out there, having fun with everyone and probably giving a little bit of knowledge back or giving a little bit of advice to anyone that wants some.
Unfortunately, the pair didn't get the chance to do some exploring, with a quick trip to play some footy, contribute to the sport in the bush, and to do a Q&A for those wondering what it's like to play AFL at a professional level.
No, first time I've been to Broken Hill. We flew in and had a look and we're like, we're in the middle of nowhere. But no, we're pretty excited. It's a cool little country town.
They also got to help out in the juniors by running water. Hosking was able to kick 3 goals for the Central women's side in their win over South.
It's exciting, we're here for the under 13s and there's another junior game. So I've been running water out there, which has been fun. And, it's grassroots footy is where it all starts. You don't play AFL without, playing country footy.
While Favola kicked 2 goals after breaking his hand in the first quarter of a narrow loss. Joshua Mercer, 7, Spencer Golf News.
The Whyalla City Council is looking for feedback from locals in regards to the paths and trails around the city to help form the master plan. The aim of the master plan is to create not only regionally enticing trails, but also ones that will draw people in from across the country. To do that, Council has created an online survey, which takes about 10 minutes to fill out. If you'd like to have your say, head to the Whyalla City Council Facebook page and follow the links. Alternatively, there will be a virtual community workshop on Wednesday where you can share your thoughts, ideas and insights into the development of paths and trails. Stay with us after the break. We'll have the wrap of all the footy action from over the weekend and we'll have the weather details with Casey Wilkins. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Golf News. The Spencer Golf's football leagues were alive with competition over the weekend. Some teams that have cemented themselves as dominant competition leaders were nearly dethroned, setting the stage for a season of some potential upsets. Here's Edward McCarroll with the details.
This weekend's conditions were rainy and cold, but it didn't stop our local footballers from putting their best foot forward. In Whyalla, the competition was fierce. Rapina took on Roona Bay, with Roona Bay going on to win by 39 points. In the other games, West Whyalla destroyed Southies with a 144-point thrashing. Ryan Winders, an important player for West Whyalla, kicking 5 goals. South will be eager to redeem themselves next week so they can pick themselves up off the bottom of the ladder before it's too late. Lastly, Centrals beat North by 38 points. In Port Lincoln, Wayback played against Boston, with Wayback doubling Boston's score of 45. It was a close game between Mallee Park and Lincoln South, but Southies came out on top by 8 points. There was 1 point difference between Tasman and Marble Range, with Marble Range just inching ahead to take the win. In the Spencer Golf League, the bitter rivalry between Port Pirie and Port Augusta teams were on show, with each team facing an out-of-town competitor. The prop Risdon Lions travelled to Port Augusta to face Centrals, but the home team were unable to stop the barrage of goals Lions were dishing out. Prop Risdon going on to destroy Centrals by 63 points. In the other games, Port won against West Augusta by 45 points. The closest scoring match was between Solomon Town and South Augusta, with Solis winning by 30 points. In Broken Hill, it was a close game between Centrals and South. Nicholas Devoy helped Centrals put up a fight, scoring 3 goals. But his hard work was all in vain, with South's Mitchell Henderson easily equalling his efforts and bringing his team the win. South's beating Centrals by 5 points. That's it for Footy Wrap. Tune in tomorrow where we take a look at the region's other sport results.
Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Casey Wilkins. Casey, how's the working week looking?
Can't really complain with the forecast this week, Maddie. There's just a few places expecting some rain, but I'll get to that a little later. From 3 p.m. today, Port Lincoln was mostly sunny and 20 degrees. It was only 16 degrees in Broken Hill, partly cloudy skies there. Woodnut was mostly sunny, reaching 22 degrees today. Port Augusta reached 21 degrees with mostly sunny conditions. It got to 20 degrees in Whyalla, mostly sunny. Partly cloudy and 18 degrees in Clare. Sunny and 20 degrees in Coober Pedy. Taking a look at the satellite image now, some cloud coverage across the southeast with a trough that's generating the odd light shower. There's some thick jet stream clouds across the northeast, bringing virtually no rain. Mostly clear skies elsewhere, leading to another cool night ahead. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, we'll start with the Gulf waters. East to northeasterly winds about 10 knots, tending north to northeasterly up to 15 knots in the morning. Winds becoming variable around 10 knots in the middle of the day. Seas will be below 1 metre, while the swell will be south to southwesterly around 1 metre. Checking tomorrow's temperatures now, starting in Port Lincoln where it will be 20 degrees and sunny. Exactly the same forecast for Cleve, 20 degrees and sunny. Slightly warmer in Woodna, sunny and 22 degrees. Between 7 and 19 degrees in Whyalla. Port Augusta, sunny and 22 degrees. Kadina, sunny skies and 21 degrees with some light winds about. Sunny and 22 in Port Pirie. A fair bit cooler in Clare. It will be 17 degrees, but it will be sunny. And over the border in Broken Hill, partly cloudy and 18 degrees. Let's take a look further through the week now, starting with Wednesday's forecast between 10 and 20 degrees and sunny in Port Lincoln, partly cloudy and 21 in Kadina, mostly sunny and 22 degrees in Coober Pedy. Moving on to Thursday's outlook now, partly cloudy and 21 degrees in Cleve, partly cloudy and 20 degrees in Whyalla, 22 degrees in Port Augusta with a bit of cloud coverage. Possible showers on the way for our friends in Adelaide on Thursday between 12 and 21 degrees. Finally, taking a quick look at Friday's forecast, partly cloudy and 23 degrees in Port Pirie, 1 degree cooler in Kadina, 22 degrees there. Port Lincoln will end the week with a few showers between 13 and 22 degrees. Overall, not a bad week ahead, Maddie. Let's hope the rain stays away. And that's all the weather from me tonight. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Casey. And that's the local news this Monday. I'm Madeline Kerr. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later, but until then, enjoy your evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.